Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Good my Luther Vandross impersonation morning. Oh wait, that was more like Cab Calloway or something. Anyway, good morning. How you doing? Good. Welcome to the 28th day of October. It's sun act like it don't want to come up over here today. How are things shaping up in your neck of the woods? One day it's sunny and a little bit warm. The next day it's freezing. All the leaves are falling. Starting next weekend, I already know I'm gonna have to do all that fall cleanup, raking and chopping and cutting. But let me tell you what happened this morning. Okay, today is Brian's birthday, and every year, our anniversary was just last week, and I try to say, it's just like you're born on Christmas. This is your birthday and your anniversary present. No, it ain't. Not going to happen. So I have to wait until like early wee hours of the morning to go out and do the little running around. So I was going to do that this morning after the health club, except I left the health club like 20 minutes after I got there. Why? Here's a hint. What is this? A bag of ice. Why do you think I have that? Are you ready for this? If you're squeamish, don't look. Now my fingers are already huge. Look at this. I dropped a 40-pound weight. I can't even turn it. Can you see it? This one. Look at it. Look at that. I had to hurry up and get home. See where my wedding rings go there. I had to take them off because I had a vision. I was driving. I was like, this ain't too bad. They gave me this. And then in my mind, I woke up and the whole hand was like, they're like, we're going to have to save those rings. So we're just going to cut your finger off. I was like, shouldn't it be the other way around? You want to save my finger so you'll cut the rings off? Came straight home and put some cooking oil on it and got it off. I don't know if it's broken or just smashed. Hey, has anybody ever done this? Is this the kind of thing where you're going to lose the fingernail? So anyway, Brian wakes up. Hopefully it's within this hour. I have a little cake because his real party is Saturday night at somebody else's house. He thinks he can figure everything out. So here's what he did yesterday. So do I need to plan to, get some clothes out that need to go to the cleaners or anything for the weekend? I was like, why? We're only going to be here at home. I don't know. I just thought maybe, is there anything special I need to know? Maybe not to eat for lunch or something? Fishing. So anyway, I'm going to surprise him Saturday. Small party, just a few people at somebody else's house. I should be okay. So when he comes down here this morning, I have a cake, some matches, one candle, and we're going to do happy birthday. Guess who's here today? One of our besties. I know, because I know you guys know because there's a lot of people here. Yeah, that's what I do. I bring her in when I want to up those numbers. Dr. Vicky, Dr. Vicky O, Dr. Vicky Omifolaji, Vicky O. How many more? We know her by so many monikers. She does so many things. She is a licensed therapist. She is an author, a publisher. She's published, I don't know, I think 15, 16, 17 books. She publishes and is the CEO of the Global Achievers Club, the Global Achievers Magazine. She has 2 shows on E360 television. And she does all that even before 8:30 a.m. every morning. Yes, that's what she does. And she's married to the love of her life. She calls him Doctorman. And she has 3 beautiful children. And she's just a great person. Been here in our home, and we just love her to death. And so the Global Achievers Magazine took a short hiatus because she was revamping the entire thing, upping her game, if you will. And so we're going to get Miss Vicky in here. Is there anything? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I almost forgot. You guys, guess what? It's today. Not just Brian's birthday. I hope I don't get too excited about my thing and overshadow his birthday. He's a therapist. Let me tell you, he's going to be in his head trying to dissect everything I do today. So today is the day that I can't even speak. Today is the premiere. Breathe. ADHD, breathe. I'm using my exercises my therapist taught me. Okay, today is the day that the iHeartRadio show premieres. Finally, they finally got my name right in the promo. With your host, Galaxis Gal and Michael Lauren Harris. First time. Second time, with Galaxis Gal and Lauren Michael Harris. Third time, with Galaxis Gal and Lauren Michaels Harris. Yes, and it debuts today. It premieres today at 8 a.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Pacific, and then again on Sundays. They gave us an extra day. Here's the promo.
It's the Cosmo Sapiens, hosted by the Galaxis Gal and Lauren Michaels Harris.
This is the Galaxis Gal, bringing you the stories of the human beings making space for all of us. Because just like on Earth, in space, humanity should be our business.
Everybody wants to be an astronaut. Every Thursday and Sunday at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. on iRock Space Radio.
Yay! I never in a million years ever thought I would be on iHeartRadio, y'all. Never. I'm so excited. Thanks for all your support and understanding. One last thing before we get Miss Vicky in here. Mark your calendars for April 28th. April 28th here in Chicago at the beautiful Stan Mansion, located downtown in the awesome neighborhood known as Logan Square. Here's a little bit about that. You know what? God is so good. Ain't he though? Can I get an amen? I mean, if I could speak in tongues, I'd say Hasababaka. If I could speak in tongues. I'm not kidding. I'm just so filled with gratitude, not just because of all these wonderful things, but because of all the wonderful people that God has placed in our lives. And that means you too. So thank you guys. You can put your hearts into it. Put your hearts on the screen. We're going to have another illuminated conversation starting right now as we bring to the stage our dear sister, Dr. Vicky Omifolaji, all the way from Australia. Here she comes. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning. Oh,
I am icy. Like my big old fat fingers needed to be even more swollen.
oh.
You look great.
Oh, thank you. It's bedtime, but I've got to look great for you, mate.
Uh-huh. Where are you at? And who are you there with?
I'm here with my...
Uh-oh. Must have been somebody she couldn't talk about things. Don't tell him. I know that has to be her doctor-man. She'll come back in. See, just dumped her off. You guys, while we're waiting, help me welcome to the show because she's under contract and I don't want to get sued. This is my sidekick, Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. Oh, hold on. I wanted to show. Where is it? It's here. Here it is. Remember I was saying about this coffee that my husband bought me? You can get it online. This is, I'm not kidding you. Usually all coffee tastes the same to me, right? I just buy them because I like them because of the names, you know, cinnamon buns, stuff like that. It's the way you eat calories without eating them. So this is a coffee called Door County, which is a place in Wisconsin. And my husband and his friends go there all the time for hot air balloons and gnome Renaissance fairs and all that stuff I don't like to go to. So I've never been there, but he brings this back. This is cinnamon. Can you see it? Cinnamon hazelnut. It is so good. I'm not kidding you. It actually tastes just like it smells, and it smells just like the name. Delicious. Tastes just like candy. So anyway, Dr. Vicky, I hope she gets back in here. I don't have any routines. Oh, I can show you one more thing while we wait. Let me say hello, good morning to everybody. Hey, I know we can talk about while we're waiting on Coach Vicky to come back in. Hi, Bernadette. How are you? Good morning to you, too. She says, good morning, beautiful souls. Christopher. Let's talk about Christopher, y'all. Did y'all see what he posted? First of all, he got in his car and drove all the way from northern Indiana out to San Diego for Jason Cisneros' 50th birthday party this past week. Drove all the way out there. Christopher, I'm going to get Vicky there. Yeah, did you see that, Vicky, where Christopher drove all the way to California?
I couldn't believe it. Independent living. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of this man.
And I know, but I'm just saying, my birthday happened in July. I'm an hour from it. He ain't drove up to my house. I'm just saying, Christopher, what you got to say? I'm kidding. Yeah. Does Jason have your artwork hanging on his wall? Probably does. He does, because he bought some when we had the auction. But yeah, and Christopher said he has moved to Utah.
Yes. Couldn't believe it. Well done, Christopher. Well done.
Right?
Well done.
Well, everybody's here. Tia Rogers, good morning to you. Sherry McQueen, all of our steadfast family. Thank you guys so much. Lori Whitney and the rest. Eric Rose. Eric, I was in snooping. Could you see me across the street with my binoculars? Because I was all up in your social media. I love that commercial you all did. Eric, you guys, check Eric Rose out. I was all down your thread. I love the little things you do. He's in real estate, right? But he and some of his mates created a commercial. They entered this big internet or national commercial competition for, you'll see it over there. It's really good. They're doing a cappella singing, like a choir, 4 guys on screen. It was awesome, Eric. Tell everybody where they can find it. Drop it in the links. Drop the link in the comments, rather. And good morning, Robert Brooker. All of you. You're welcome, Eric. All of you. So, Vicky, tell everybody you're at the country house.
Oh, yes.
And who are you there with? Because I think they kicked the plug out. They were like, oh, don't open your mouth. It better be Dr. Man.
No, I'm here with my doctorman. This is our out.
So why y'all go to the country house?
We have a business here.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I bet I know. Oh, let me stop. This is not Bathrobe Moments After Dark. So, you guys, was it a birthday the doctor had, or was it an anniversary recently? A birthday? Weren't you guys celebrating something like a couple weeks ago?
What did we? There's always something.
Well, we know it wasn't your birthday, because if it was your birthday 2 weeks ago, we'd still be celebrating it for another 4 months.
Oh my goodness, even more. Yeah,
oh my goodness, we crack up because I have a niece just like you. She wears a tiara the whole birthday month. Every place she goes, she wears a tiara, right? So we're like, is July over with yet?
You know what? Just bring out your passport, you and Brian, because you're coming down under.
We certainly hope so. We had our bags all packed and ready to go.
But this time around, I couldn't celebrate my 50th this year. So we're planning to do it next year. So it's going to be 50 plus 1.
I like it. So are we invited?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Now, some of you may not know this, but Coach Vicky came all the way from Australia for the finale of the Next Impactor. And she was a coach to a whole bunch of people, because it started with a ton of them, and then whittled it down to there were just 5 people left on each team. And Team Vicky did quite well. Who was on your team the last 5? Do you remember?
I know Noel was there.
Noel Agape,
yes. Allison was there.
Allison.
Yep, Allison.
Who's Allison?
Allison is the twin sister to
Emily and Allison.
Emily and Allison,
okay,
yes.
Yeah.
They were both there. Amy, remember Amy?
Amy Boswinkle.
Yes, she was there.
I love her. She's doing big things now.
Oh, yeah, she is. I saw that. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Isn't it, Vicky, isn't it just, I can't even find the right word, phenomenal, just wonderful, watching where all of these contestants and people that participated in Impactor have gone just in the short time since we had that 2 years ago?
Exactly. And it brought to mind the power of mindset, and I was actually discussing this with somebody about the story, the story of, in the Bible, where the rich man gave out some money to some people. Some he gave $1, some he gave $10, some he gave $5. And it now depends on how you use it.
Yes.
Some use it and multiplied, some didn't. So you've been given the gift, but what do you do with it is left to you.
Mm-hmm. That is so on point. And as Christopher said, where is his invitation? Oh
yeah, Christopher, dust out your passport.
Dust it off, Christopher. Oh no, Christopher don't need a passport. He gonna drive.
Oh no!
I can see it now. Christopher D. Casson, traveling to Australia. Well, you can drive to South America from here.
Yeah, but not to Australia.
I know. Did you? I didn't know you could drive. I did not know that until I saw a little bitty Mini Cooper once, packed with stuff way up in the air, all around the sides. Stuff were tied on it, and in the back, gas cans and stuff. And I said to the girl,
"Where are you going?
Where are you going?" Right? She said, "Oh, I'm driving to South America." I was like, "Girl, quit playing. You can't drive to South America." She said, "Yes, you can." And she's never heard of the Panama Canal. And I was like, "But what about gas stations and stuff?" She pointed to kids. I don't know. Girl, ain't no way. What's the farthest you've ever driven, Vicky? How many miles? How many days?
I've never driven more than 10 hours.
Oh, here's a better question. How many limousines have you been driven in? And how far have they gone?
Come on.
Oh, I already know. You're just like this one. Spoiled and a diva.
I wish, yeah, my kids call me that, but not really.
Who would know you better? Must be true. So let's get into, there's been some changes over in the Vicky O camp. First and foremost, because I saw the pre-peek of the new cover, which features our guest, who is our premier guest today on our iHeartRadio show, Cosmo Sapiens, Alan A. Allen, which he's been here. You guys have met him. He's on your cover. He's 83 years old, and I just love him. He went and had his first professional photo shoot, Vicky, just for you. So tell us what's going on with Global Achievers, the club, the magazine, all of it. Catch us up.
The Global Achievers has undergone what would I call it? Like a little bit of change. After what happened last year, that I lost everything. I just lost interest in everything, actually.
What happened last year? Some people may not know.
Yeah, last year I lost my mother, and that took a lot out of me because it was unexpected. Because she was I'll describe her as my backbone, And when that happened, I was not functioning. And Lauren, you know this very well. Mm-hmm. You spoke to me a few times, you called me a few times, you wrote to me to encourage me and to get me back to living.
Yes.
So during that time, I was able to actually think where is all going, the global.
Now you lost your dad too, though.
Yes, I did.
Your mother and your father.
Within 10 months of each other. And yeah, that was just so heartbreaking. And the worst part was not being able to attend or go there. And do the last rite and do what we normally do. I couldn't because of COVID, and that in Australia we were, especially Melbourne, we had lockdown. We had the most.
You guys had it worse than anybody, I think.
Anybody in the world. So
I remember I used to crack up because you post things and you go like, if they ever let us out of quarantine, I am leaving here. How come we're locked out? Nobody else in the world is you. Were pissed. So anyway.
It was frustrating, honestly. I mean, it was as if we were in prison. I mean, not able to go more than 5 kilometers. So couldn't go anywhere. So it was quite hard. And at the time that I started coming out of the grieving process, and I started looking into the Global Achievers as a whole, what we've been doing with it, how we are doing, and what we can do to improve it. Because at the end of the day, whatever you're doing, you need to keep working on what you can do better, how you can do it better. Mm-hmm. Because you are not in competition with somebody else, you are in competition with yourself. What you're doing, can I do it better? Can I make it better? Can I improve it? So we decided to take some time off with the magazine publishing, because we've been doing it every single month. We publish the magazine once a month, every month for
That's a lot of work.
And it is a lot of work to get the right people to come in. Like I said to you once before during your show, that for me, it's quite a spiritual thing. Mm-hmm. I'm very particular with people that come into the magazine. You've actually referred many people to me, and because I trust you, I know you and I trust you. So when you say this person will fit, I just said, okay. You know what I mean? So for me, it's quite a spiritual thing that when I need to connect with that person, I need to know that they fit in they fit into the thought, the idea, and what we stand for, which is all about sharing the stories of adversity to achievement.
Yes.
Encourage other people that if someone like Lauren can do it, I can also. If somebody,
Exactly.
Vicky, can do it, Vicky, second, I mean, she couldn't even speak English very well. English is her second language. Now she's written, published 17 books. If she can do
17 books, y'all.
it, you know, so that is the idea behind it. The additional benefit is also to be able to be seen, to be known, and to be heard as an entrepreneur, because that is the key to what we do. You know, you want to know that you're a coach and you're a fantastic coach. How do you do that? Yes, your clients will say it, but you want to be seen out there. You never know where the magazine will reach. You
Right.
never know reading it. So we try to have people there in the magazine that are right for us. And I'm always I'm always so careful, because I don't want someone to be in that magazine that will come back and hurt me or hurt the brand, actually. I mean by that, you know, if someone has been in the magazine and in 2 months' time they find that that person has been defrauding people,
Girl.
uh, yeah, this
It
person was
happens.
Global Achievers magazine 2 months ago. You know what I mean? You get you know, the magazine and the brand gets dragged into that person's.
Into the right.
Exactly. So I'm always so very careful when it comes to, I'd rather not do it. I'd rather not publish the magazine, but to publish the magazine and have people that are not right to be in it.
And here's what I love about you and your team there and this magazine is that it speaks to the truth of someone's journey when they, you know, sometimes I've seen people write articles for the very first time, and I've worked with a few of them, and it took, you know, 9 or 10 rounds before we got it letter perfect. But I also remember the moment that they would call me or send me a picture of whatever and say, look, it's out, I'm in the magazine. And you know, and then they you know, have it printed and, you know, have it framed, and they have it in their home as something that they can always look to as the moment when they shared something that they had kept hidden. And the thing I love about Global Achievers is you don't have to be published 100 times, or the world doesn't have to know your name. You just have to have a story that you are willing to share, and you're sharing it because the intent is to help someone else. And you have a real lens, an authentic lens that you look through when ascertaining whether this is the, you know, the thing that fits with the magazine. So I love that. It's very unique, and it's a great opportunity. So for any of you out there, you know, if you write, if you want to find out more, we're going to give you the information on how you can submit your own stories, or perhaps even talk to Vicky about all kinds of things. You might end up with a column. You might end up on the cover. Who knows? Before we get going into something else, ow, this finger, Lord. Oh, man, I'm not kidding you. That's okay, though. I'm going to tape it up and feel like a boxer or something today. I'm such a wimp. I'm not kidding you. I wanted to ask you real quick, when we come back, you know, you and I, yesterday, I believe it was, were friends on Facebook for 3 years.
Yes.
That they put together that little mod. They do such a nice job with little videos and friendship things, don't they? I don't know how they keep all those pictures and stuff straight. Everything we do, that's how. Listen, when we return, you know what? Eric dropped the link. I wonder, can I play that from? I can't hit it from there. I'm gonna have to. Anyway, you guys follow that link right there and look at their entry into this commercial competition. I think they did a great job. I don't know if people can go and vote or something, but check him out. Eric, thank you for dropping that in. Did I just see? Oh, hi. Oh, Dr. Jan is here. She said, hi, Vicky.
Hi, Janice. How are you? Been a while. Hope you're
Yes,
well.
it's been a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at her. There she goes. Oh, she's there. She said, "Hi, Vicky." Listen,
Hi.
when we come back from a short break, we're going to get into what's this thing? I was shocked. Another thing I looked on the other day, and you have nominations flowing in for a number of categories for the TGA Awards. So we're going to talk about that. Who are these people? And I found myself in there. I was like,
Yes.
I don't know how to handle that kind of stuff. I'm serious because I was like, I ain't gonna pay no attention to it because if I lose, I'll be crying and stuff. And they don't love me. I'm kidding. Listen, you guys, we'll be back in just a second. Don't you go away. More with Dr. Vicky when we return.
It's the Cosmo Sapiens, hosted by the Galaxis Gal and Lauren Michaels Harris.
This is the Galaxis Gal, bringing you the stories of the human beings making space for all of us. Because just like on Earth, in space, humanity should be our business.
Everybody wants to be an astronaut. Every Thursday and Sunday at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. on iRock Space Radio.
Okay, welcome back to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. Before we get the awesome Dr. Vicky O back, listen, one little thing I'll put you up on. If you want to make a better choice as far as health-wise, I ditched the Diet Coke and the Red Bull, and I swapped it out for this, V8. Why? Because it's a better choice. Number one, 100% pure vegetable juice from concentrate, only 60 calories per can, 2 full servings, count them, 1, 2, of vegetables. Easy to find. Just head down the juice aisle at your local grocer and you'll find it. Don't wait until it's too late and say, "Ooh, I could have had a V8. Pop the top. Do yourself a favor and have one today. Delicious. Tastes just like candy. Hi, Vicky. Come on back. Welcome back. So we were talking about the magazine, revamped it. Has a brand new look. It's awesome. I love the new look across the top, and I thought it was really clever the way you had the one color on one side, and the other. Yeah, and Alan and I talked about it last night, and he's just so thrilled. This is the first cover in 83 years, and this man is like in Washington on display in the museums. His work, and your cover is the very first one he's ever graced. How does that make you talk about this? Here's what I want to talk about next. When I sent Dr. Allen, when I sent Alan your way, it was specifically because of chapter 10 in his book. Chapter 10 is, and I'm not playing, y'all. This is, I went to Salt Lake City this weekend to speak, and I took it with me. I am not kidding you. And look, when I'm reading this book, I keep putting notes everywhere. Look. And highlighting and rabbit earring pages. It is that good. This book is something special. It really is. Clues can light the way. And I'll be 60 on my birthday in July. And Alan is 83. That's 23 years more journey than I have. And I am just looking at all the gems in there. So chapter 10 was about when his father and he came back together. They didn't have the best relationship. His father had actually died a couple weeks before for 8 minutes, and they brought him back, and he couldn't wait. And so he brought a message to Alan, and I knew instantly. I said, he's got to tell Vicky this, because I knew to me, it seemed like you needed that top coat of closure, of healing with your parents and just everything. So you and Alan on the first call, I think you guys talked for over an hour and a half.
Oh, yes, we did.
Tell me how that was and what you felt during and after. Seriously.
we were talking as if we've known each other for a long time. And he shared the story about behind the chapter 10. And he was sharing that story. He was crying. I was crying. It was such a beautiful, beautiful time with this man. It was such a great time we spent together. And as I was working on that magazine, it felt special, 3 months away from doing anything with the magazine to now working with Helen, and there's something about it. And I guess I sent you an email or a message to say I don't know what about him. It was such a joy working on that magazine because of him. There was
Because
something
of him.
there was something about him. I can't place my hand on it, but I just felt like this had to be perfect. It has to be perfect for him. It has to be perfect for people that will be picking up that magazine to read it.
Yes.
I wanted the world to read about this man, Alan, and the message that he had been given,
Oh,
not for himself, but for the world.
yes.
It was
And
such a
I gotta reach for it
one.
again.
Mm,
Vicky,
mm.
I know exactly. That's exactly what happened with me when
Yeah.
in this, and I think I asked you about this. Now here he is, 83 years old. In all the history books, his patents have changed the world. Where
Yeah.
oil spills used to take months to clean on the water, his
Yeah.
invention burns. I think it's 700 and some
Yeah.
barrels of oil off the water per hour.
Yeah.
Changed everything.
Yes.
And you'll sit there and you say something nice to him, like, "Oh my goodness,
I
you're
mean,
so," and he starts, he puts his hands over his face and he starts crying because he's so humbled. And
yes.
all the things you're saying about him, he's saying triple and quadruple about you.
Exactly.
What would you call that? What is that?
I really can't explain. There's something about him that I just wanted to give him this. It was more like a gift to him.
Yeah.
And that gift had to be a perfect gift. So it's been so great. I can't wait to publish that magazine and show it to the world.
Yes, you guys, please order. And Vicky, you're going to tell them how they can do that, how they can, all the things, how they can get into the Global Achievers Club. You've got a lot of programs, all kinds of things for people. And I want you to help those. I'm looking. So Vicky, you guys, for you that don't know, chapter 10 in Alan's book, it's called Love and Learn. And his father, when he came back, and his father was like Archie Bunker. He said, just not a nice man, had a name. He called every kind of person. And when they went, he said the minute he got there, when he opened the door, he was looking into the bluest eyes he'd ever seen. They were not the ones he was accustomed to looking into with his father. And then his father started to tell him how about a month ago he had died. That's what it was. I'm looking at it right now in the actual experience. So Vicky, when he told you about what his father reported was on the other side, his father was not a believer. How did it make you feel?
I had goosebumps all over. I was just like, Highland, wow. And he was sharing all this and was describing this beautiful place and what was going on with the life behind his dad and his brother. And the light was conversing with him.
Yes.
And I said to him, do you know what light is? God is light.
Mm-hmm.
God himself is light.
Yes.
So for God to be there and having that conversation with you and with your dad and your uncle, wow, that's just amazing.
And I didn't question it at all. We hear near-death experience, and Alan's had like 13 of them. 13, 14, a moose almost killed him. I mean, in every chapter in there is just about one of those, near-death experiences. And then his father actually
it
brings back. It's just, he's such an interesting man. But how are you now? Where are you now? Since the last time you were here, you were still deep inside the healing, and you probably always will be. But I see the light back in your eyes. I see it. All your countenance is back to the Vicky O we've always known and loved. Share a little bit, if you could, with everybody about that journey from last year to now. What did you have to change in order to get back to the you we see today?
It's still not 100%.
Right.
Not yet 100%, but I'm closer to this side than how for how many months now? Close to 2, going to 2 years. So, but what have I done differently? What I've done differently is to keep moving. Even when I was deep in the other side, I was still moving, but slowly. And I had to keep reminding myself that it was as if I was moving through a tunnel. When you're going in a tunnel, you don't stop. You keep moving. Just keep taking one step after the other. Soon you get to the other side where there will be so much light, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was what I kept on doing. It was quite slow before, but now I found myself taking giant steps to be able to get out there and be free. And I know, I will never see any of my parents again, but I know they've done what they were supposed to have done. And that's one of the things that I tend to say to parents, that whatever you do, make sure you, instead of working so hard to leave so much for your kids and not leave anything in them. Work hard to leave so much in them, not material thing, a lot in them, because that is what they can keep tapping into to help them to keep becoming the best they've been created to be. When life throws things at them, that is what they can tap into to help them go through whatever life throws at them. When, issues happen, when stuff happens, they can go back into what you've planted into them. And that is what I'm grateful to my parents for, that whatever they've done, they've done their best to give a lot to me, to plant a lot to me, into me, for me to tap into. Yes, the times that I actually struggled emotionally, it was hard, and it's okay. I had to remind myself that yes, it is okay. That is part of life. There's a time to live, there is a time to die.
Yes.
That time came, they had to go. Now, I just need to let them go and rest, right? And for me to accept that fact. And accept the fact that, yes, I grieved. I cried. I was sad. I wasn't perfect. Just because I've been a psychotherapist for so many years, that doesn't mean that when it came, when it was my turn to grieve,
right,
I had to let myself grieve and not feel disappointed in myself, because that was what I was doing. And not feel like I failed because I grieved badly. That, Vicky, it is okay.
Right, grieved badly. What is that even possible? I mean, in a literal sense, no, I don't think so. But if we, think that, we have to put on the brave face and this, that, and the other, and there are certain things we just should not stuff.
Exactly.
Because then they're going to come back to the surface. They're like splinters.
Yep.
They're going to have to work their way out. But let me ask you this, because, a lot of people are dealing with it still, just everyday life, but then of course, with COVID and stuff, more and more people, a lot of people lost family members and stuff, and still haven't started, picking the scab, if you will. So I'd like to, because I remember when you first told me what happened with you when your mom passed away, I think you said something like, when the news came, you just screamed and you just like went right. Your family didn't know what to do. Who is this woman?
Yeah.
Looking at each other, probably like, what in the world? Okay, I get it. But what do you think it is, Vicky? Here you are, you're a psychotherapist. You do all these things where people come with all these stories. You've heard it over and over and over. We've rehearsed it through other people's journey, but it's not the same as when it is you.
The textbook is one thing, and I practiced textbook psychotherapy for many years. I turned 50 in last May. So, and all through my life, I've never seen a dead body in my life. I've never been so close to death in my life. I've never actually experienced grief, like ever in my life.
Right.
So to me, that was totally, totally new. What I heard from clients and they're using textbook to help them was totally different from actually experiencing it. It's totally, totally different. And one of the things that came to mind that I believe the universe was trying to get across to me a few months ago was that now that you've actually gone through the training, yes, you've been through the theory. Now you've now gone through the practical side of things. Don't let it be wasted. Go and use it and help more people.
There it is. Were you ever angry?
I was very angry. I was angry at God.
That's the one people scared to talk about.
Yeah, I was very, very angry. There was a day I was screaming and yelling at God because my mother was a God-loving woman till her death, So for God to have taken her away, and where to me it felt like my mom was more like a wrap around me, always there, covering me, praying for me. I mean, always. If I call her, if she calls me, she doesn't hear from me for like a week. She'll be like, "Are you all right? Is everything okay?" She was always watching for my shows, for whatever I write out there, and she'll comment, "Oh, I really like this." Oh, and then she'll call, "I really like what you talk about today." Every day. Every day. She was always out there. So I was actually doing some of those things then because I know she was always looking out for it. I would do a video and put it out there for her to see because of course she lived thousands of kilometers away from me. So but I mean when now she passed, I felt like my cover was gone. I had no cover. I had nobody praying for me anymore. A woman of faith she was the type that when whatever is going on in your life, when you call my mother to say, "Mom, blah, blah, blah," whatever comes out of her mouth, it will be as if, yeah, it's all done. It's okay now. Don't worry. It's all, you always had this sense of, it's okay now.
Man, yes, I know. Yes.
Yeah. And the feeling like, oh my goodness, my cover is gone. What am I going to do? And it was my daughter that God used to speak to me. And she said, my eldest daughter, she said, she looked exactly like my mother. And she's very strong in faith. So she said, why are you so much into mom being your cover? Grandma shouldn't be your cover. God is supposed to be your cover. Only God. So you've been given too much power. You've been relegating God and raising grandma to the standard where she's not supposed to be. So mom, I go and raise God to where it's supposed to be. And what she said was just like, boom, oh, okay, I've been doing it wrong. So that was one of the things that helped me to let go. But you asked about being angry. Yes, I was angry at God at first. Um, and then I became angry at myself for feeling, for going through that grieving process and crying and not able to get myself up and get back to living life for so long. I was so angry at myself. But now I had to go through all that processes, and let us all understand this. Whomever is out there going through it, it is okay because it is part of grieving process. It is a process. It is one of the steps. It is
It
one of
is.
the steps of grieving. Being angry, angry at myself, angry at other people, angry at, God. It's part of it. And yes, we all need to go through that processes. And when we get to the other side, we're able to let go, forgive ourselves, forgive whomever is involved, forgive and just let it be.
Let it be. I know in my own journey personally, having buried two mothers, the adopted mother first and then my birth mother, and then people that I've known along the way that have been, holding special space in my life, and I for them. I find now that even more so than the person, because you know how it is. Some days you'll wake up, especially that first year, I would wake up and something would happen. Even now, like today with the iHeart thing, I think about, wouldn't it be great? Even though she'd go, "What's iHeart?" My mom, she was not techie at all. But she would have celebrated with me. And you know how you want to go and you want to go and share something. Oh, let me call. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
So it was those moments that kind of helped me get through, because I would call my sister, and it was uncanny how on the same days we'd be like this is 2, 3, 4, 5 years into it. And I'd say, "Have you been feeling mom today?" And she'd go, "Yeah, I was actually going to call you about that." And we decided, it's not that we miss her as much as we acknowledge the void that her absence has left in this world, like a hole in this world. And so we decided to start reaching into that hole that she left for those gifts that you said that they pour into us. So if there's a hole in your heart from a loss or something like that, something that you haven't completely healed, it's a hole because it holds things. Just because it's a hole doesn't mean it's empty.
Exactly.
So you reach in there, and it's the kind of thing you just got to trust. It's a grab bag. Mom is going to leave in there. You're going to reach for exactly what she would have reached for if she was sitting 2 feet from you.
Yep.
And so it has really helped me, because then I go, she left me everything I needed. She might not have left everything I wanted, but she left me everything I needed.
Exactly.
Yes. So, excuse me. So now moving forward, what else is new in the land of Vicky O? What can we look forward to coming up in 2022? You got any surprises?
Coming up in 2022, we have a lot that we're planning for. Now that we're getting out of COVID, lockdown, and all that. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But now we want to move on to doing live events, coming to United States, to Canada, to UK, Singapore, Dubai.
Wow.
Speaking on different stages. Our stage, not somebody else's. So it's gonna
Correct.
be a TGA stage, whereby we have different speakers speaking on different topics. So this year and last year we had one conference and one summit. So next year we're gonna do the same, and it's gonna be live. Fingers. We have the club, which is all about people of like mind, people that have goals and they have drive and they want to achieve those goals. It's about having the right kind of people around you, supporting you, hailing you, cheering you on. And that is what we do at the Global Achievers. So at Global Achievers, it's more like a place where we grow together. There are opportunities that comes from time to time. A few weeks ago, I was contacted by a representative of a university who said, okay, we've been watching you and we would like to offer you and some of your group members and anyone that you can nominate. Nominate for honorary doctorate degree or award. So, being called Dr. Lauren Aris.
Ah!
That bad? No.
That actually happened about 6 Halloweens ago. I was dressed right, and that's about as close as that's going to happen.
But it can happen if you want to. I mean, they said to me, Vicky, nominate because we trust you. We've watched you. We can see what you've been doing.
Wow.
Nominate, vetter them, get them across to us, and then we will award them the honorary doctorate. So that's one of the benefits of being with the Global Achievers, as a VIP or as a standard member.
Yes.
It's not a club for just anybody. It's
opportunities just flow through that place, that space. They do.
So many opportunities. But one thing that I realized, so many people, they just watch and things goes by,
Well, I can speak to that. I'm going to tell you what God told me about that long time ago when I was sitting on the fence. Same thing as so many people. And I promise you, I remember exactly where I was, everything. He said, Lauren, you remember that saying in the Bible that says many are called, but few are chosen? Mm-hmm. I said, yeah. He goes, well, you're not in either one of those categories. You're in a third category that you only get to hear about from me. And I was like, well, what is that? He goes, many are called, few are chosen. But you are currently in that category of people who, no matter what I do for you, you still refuse to choose me in return. You got to choose back because free will, exactly. And it's like, and I don't understand it because, the opportunities are there. I think it's this, that ring that comes with truth.
Just chase it, follow it.
Follow it.
But, it frustrates me that.
Me too.
In this group, I bring so much opportunities. What is going on? Why aren't you using this? I mean, if I'm in your position, this is what I would do. I don't let opportunities go. I grab onto it. I hold on to it and I make use of it. Because I'm always so scared at the end of my life, God asking me, you were given the opportunity. What did you do with it?
What did you do with it?
So that's the Global Achievers and so many other things that do come in from time to time. So if anybody is interested, they can contact you. Just link them up with me.
Absolutely. You heard that. DM me, get at me. And yeah. Vicky, what's the best place for people to go to continue the dialogue, find out more about TGA?
You know what? Let them link up with you. Put them into a conversation with me on
private intro on Messenger. I'll do that. Any of you, if you have a story that you'd like to submit to the magazine, if you just like to have a conversation, get to know Vicky, make her your friend, colleague, fellow traveler here on this wonderful journey called life, then by all means, reach out to me and I will get that done for you. Man, this time just flew. It's always a pleasure. We can't wait till you're back over here and we're hosting all the wonderful events that you have planned next year over in Australia, as well as other places on the globe, as well as right here in Chicago. So we're very excited. And thank you so much, Vicky. I have to bring you back just to say thank you so much for all you do. And you guys listen, if you're looking for opportunity, there's so many people. They feel like, oh, well, I've been burned and this. That's because you were following something that was not the ring of truth. You know what I'm saying? It was anything but. So, sometimes we have to remember that we weren't in bad situations with bad people because we were bad people. We were in those situations to remind us of what not to become. There is never just trauma. There is always a blessing that comes in simultaneously. It has been born into the process of becoming. Have your purpose on one side, let your passion ride on the other, and you stay right in the middle, holding the breastplate of patience, and watch in divine timing. It will all come together. It will all make sense. Vicky, thank you so much. Anytime, you're welcome back. The turnstile invitation. God bless you. Keep doing what you're doing. And the same for you all out there. I'll meet you out front tomorrow morning, God willing, at 8 a.m. Central, when our guest will be Scott Goyette. Brand new, never been here. Wait till you see what this man is doing with kids. He has a love fest that is going to rock your world. I'm Lauren Michaels Harris. Again, I'll meet you out front. Get out today. Take great to greater, bright to brighter, strong to stronger, bold to bolder. How? Just find one E and one R and put your arms around each one, and you've done it. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Oh, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind.